and welcome to the next episode of Kerbal Space Program. We'll just be continuing with the training missions within the game, and we've done the first two, and we'll go straight into intermediate construction. Okay, so let's see what we've got ahead of us today. So we've got to go into the VAB first of all. Perfect. So we are back here again. In the last tutorial we built a very small rocket, and we're just going to expand some of that knowledge. So for this particular thing we've got to do now, we've got to open the hopper, and we've got to remove, according to that, the RT5 flea, which is this part. And now we need to tweak the chute. So we need to right click on the parachute, leave the altitude is 1,000. We're going to change the minimum pressure to 7.5 because that apparently corresponds to an altitude on Kerbal of about 2 kilometers. Apparently that's right. Okay, so now he's asking us to change the name of the craft. I can't think of anything imaginative at this stage, so we'll just go with that. If anyone's got any better ideas, just let me know, and we can rename it maybe for the next mission or whatever it is we happen to be doing next. Next part is switching to the science tab. We seem to be, according to that, able to do experiments whilst up in space, presumably for the good of what more we can do. So that's the science one. There it is. So now it wants us to link these mystery goo containment units, and it wants us to use the symmetry feature, which is this down here, to be ×2. So this one here, so you've got 2 items. So when we select the mystery goo, it should, as you can see on here, effectively just put 2 things on for balance, if anything. Did I do that wrong? Oh, okay, they need to be near the top. Maybe I put them, there we go, maybe I put them too low last time. There we go. Okay, perfect. So the next one is decouplers can be found. Okay, so this probably splits the craft up. So we'll get a coupling item, which is that one. And it wants us to place it on the bottom. So note the stack decouplers are arrows. The arrows show which side is the side that decouples. So the top pod comes away because the arrows are pointing up, and that's default apparently. The next step is revisiting the staging stack. So when you add the decoupler, the extra stage is automatically added to the stack. So this is our staging stack, so there's our decoupling, and then the parachute is still last. Adding some fuel tanks. We need to go and get some fuel, which are here. And it wants us to place 5 tanks to get us up as high as possible, rather than using a one-off solid rocket motors liquid propellant this time. So we need to put 5 of these on, and by pressing 5 times, I think I might have done too many there actually. Ooh. I think I've done 6. There we go. Me not being able to count. Good. Engines. Here we go. And this wants us to attach the LV-T45 swivel liquid fuel engine. And this will provide us with the all-important thrust. So let's pop that on the bottom. And look at the bottom and see how the staging changes. So it's thrust, decouple, and then parachute safely down to Earth. So add fins, so the aerodynamics tab, and we're going to need to change the symmetry mode to 4. So you can see we've now got 4 things, and it's also wanting us to make sure the hexagon is showing in the toggle snap, so you get that shape. So what this should do is, you can see it's putting 4 in that kind of shape now. So we put these on the last rocket tank, which is that one. And we're ready to rock. So let's just make sure we don't miss anything here. You've done a great job. Yes, we have. Hopefully we've learned a few things. Probably. Feel free to hang around a bit and try and hand other things too. Perhaps you can look at the next lesson on suborbital flight, or head over to the science tutorial Okay, I actually think this is everything we can do, to be honest with you. Okay, let's try the suborbital flight tutorial. This is the rocket we just built. Hopefully you remember the controls we discussed in the basic flight. Here we go. Right, so we've got a bit of a mission plan. Your flight mission date is to make a short suborbital, less than orbital flight out of the water to the east. It is a nice arcing path that ensures a gentle, survivable re-entry. Straight up, then straight down. Not so good for survival. Set up a pink target indicator on the Navball. There it is, yeah. As aim point, but do note this is not the case for all missions. Starting with the nose pointing straight up on the launch pad, or 90 degrees elevation from the eastern horizon. So tilt to 80 degrees elevation on the Navball by 150 meters per second. Tilt to 70 by 400 meters a second. Afterburner, coast up into space. Okay, this is only going to go wrong. Let's just give it a go. So, okay, you can see the throttle's activating, so you still have to launch it with the space bar. This is going to be a right test of things. It says there's another step here. Stands for Stability Augmentation System. It can be toggled by pressing the T key. So, okay, that's temporary. There you go, that's on. You can lift off and you can click the small red button to the left of the Navball. It has a miniature target indicator. That one. Okay, so that won't work until we actually get there. Alright. Don't think I wanted that on, but it's on now. Can't do anything with that. Okay, next. Bit too much engine, so we're going to throttle down for the launch. So throttle to 2/3. Just there. Want to press that? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, double check your throttles are set to 2/3. And you're ready to launch. Remember to start turning at 50 meters per second. Which I suspect is going to happen very quickly. Oh no, not as quick as I was thinking. Turn by 80 degrees. How do I know if I'm at 80 degrees? Oh, there. Okay, I've got it. Yeah. Turn further. And to reach 250. Turn a little more. 70. There we go. I think I've got it. Okay, we've got the space rocket. Just needs to be in order. We should be able to reach to let SAS control. Full power. Great work. You succeeded in getting your ship on a trajectory bound for space. And now set your target indicator to align with your velocity vector. That will minimize drag. What have we got to do? Somewhere around here you'll see the Navball speed indicator. Wow, I'm really high. M key. What does that do? Ooh. Is this where we need to go? Ah. Okay, so I've got to get to that point, so I'm still going up. I think we're on course? It's hard to tell. We have to play with the goo canisters by clicking on them. I did just click on them. Oh, right-clicking on them. Observe the mystery goo. Oh, keep them steady. Transmit the data. No, I can't actually transmit any of that goo data. I can't. Am I supposed to keep turning this? Oh. Oh, it is keeping on track. That's not me controlling it. That's the autopilot. Get ready to decouple and stage re-entry. Am I doing that yet? Hold steady on your new altitude. You're going to decouple the stage and start re-entry. When am I decoupling then? Gone! Yeah. So it's time to turn SAS off and let the air do the work. You're now entering Kerbal's atmosphere. Make sure to keep your hands and feet inside the pod. Also, watch the parachute icon to wait for the right time to open the chute. This time we're going to do something a little different. Remember that in the construction tutorial, we designed the vessel, you set the chute to not semi-deploy until 0.75. The chute won't perform the first perform the first of its 2 deployment steps until then, even if you activate it by staging now. Okay, well, we are too high. I'm in the chute now. Okay. And I suppose it just happens when we get to the right point. Any minute now, it should. Boom. There it goes. Should bring us down nicely into the sea. Gradually. So, just while that's thinking about it, that was quite interesting. I wasn't entirely sure in the terminology, you know, when it comes to the headings and things like that. I mean, it's all to do with reading this. It's something about getting to something like 70 degrees. Yeah, all of that wasn't overly sure what that meant, but obviously the angle, but I don't know how you can actually see the angle on here, to be honest. I'm sure I'll work it out. These are all just headings, aren't they? And crash down. Excellent. That was pretty well done. I'll take that. Good. Can you recover the vessel? Nope, can't recover the vessel. Excellent. Well, that's what's that? Oh, that's the home base, quite a while away. Yeah, that will do for this one. So we will catch you. Ooh, don't know what that bitch was. It looks amazing. Catch you in the next one.